Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me this afternoon where I'm at on this live, and we will be back with you momentarily. Alrighty, and we are back. This afternoon, I have Jan from New York City Saves Money aboard. Hello,
Hi.
Jan. Hi. And watching your video from this morning, I thought maybe this would give you an opportunity, and I can put in my 2 cents as well, that you could expand a little more on what you were talking about.
Absolutely. First of all, Steve, thank you so very much for having me on again. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And I brought my lemon tea. Hey, everybody.
Oh, good choice.
This morning on my video, which I uploaded, I don't know, about 7-ish early today, basically it's about approaching saving money at the grocery store, but not at the grocery store, but before you even step foot in the grocery store.
Hmm.
Basically, it's like a reverse psychology thing. So instead of just going to the grocery store and hoping and praying at the register that you save money, you make a clear, intentional savings goal. For example, you could start as low as $5. In fact, one of my subscribers, hey, Marilyn, if you're watching, Marilyn did that, couldn't wait to try it. She did that today. She took $5 deliberately, she put it away to the side, went to the grocery store, did what she had to do, didn't deprive herself of anything, and in fact also is participating in making the 2 ingredient lemon bar recipe that I mentioned on my show the other day. She
Yeah.
said that the recipe was in the oven. I'm dying to know how it turns out. So Marilyn, if you're watching, let us know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's yeah, Steve, it's the idea of doing things with intention first and not just hoping, wishing, and praying.
Right, right, right. I
And it
get.
is a multiple step process. Go ahead, Steve.
Mhm. So I guess if you wanted to vary the recipe, if you didn't want to go the lemon route, you could do orange. Or
Right.
this would be an interesting one. Again, this is my mind going a little bit out to left field, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. You could also do pineapple bars. They do have pineapple cake mix.
Wow.
Well, I do the pineapple cake mix for my the cake that I do with the custard and the pineapple,
Yes.
and that I got off of Paula Deen. As much as I would like to say the name of the cake, unfortunately I cannot. But um, it's very good, you know, and you top it with whipped cream and then toasted coconut over the top. It's
Yum.
so, and
That
what I would
sounds so good.
it is, and what I would do is instead of putting water in the batter, I would take some of the crushed pineapple juice and pour that into the cake mix to help bring more of the pineapple forward, is what I would do. Hmm.
Totally yum. Totally yum.
Yeah,
And
but
you know what
your
it is?
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, your method of taking 5, 10, 20, whatever the case may be that you mentioned on today's video,
Yeah.
anything is better than nothing.
Right. And you're in control. And you did a deliberate act with good intention. And it's a multiple step approach. For example, a lot of people forget to take inventory of their refrigerator, of their pantry, of their cupboards, whatever, the freezer. Okay. I'm not interested, me, Janet, personally, I don't know how others feel, in duplicating things I already have plenty of when I could either take that same money and buy something else that I may need, in fact. or put it away completely for savings goals.
Mm-hmm.
So duplicate shopping is usually unnecessary. Okay, there are instances when the sales are really, really good, but okay, you're so enticed, but ask yourself, do I really, really need it? Or do I really, really want it?
Want it.
And slash, does my family really, really like it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do have to think that one through. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I guess I'm that way about certain things, certain items, you know. I mean, I really don't have anybody else that I shop for, so whatever I usually buy, it's usually going to be something that I like anyway because it's
Right.
it's solely me. I'm not shopping for any family, because my closest family from where I'm at is about 8 hours away from me. That's a whole other story. Um,
Not only that, but it's a fun thought. Just imagine $5 this haul, maybe $6 the next haul, and just continuously put it away without even thinking about it. And then let's say 4 hauls from now, just for fun, look at what you saved and go, I can't believe I did that.
well, if you do 20 each time, 4 hauls, that's 80.
Imagine. Wow, that's a lot.
If you can do 10, it's 40. But still,
And 20
anything,
works. It all works.
yeah, anything is better than nothing.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
You were going to say something? I'm sorry.
No, no, no. Just
Oh,
just to comment about, but so like I said, I figure since I'm not doing anything on this Saturday afternoon, even though this is not, you know, a trivia game or anything, right now I happen to be watching an old episode of Carol Burnett and Friends on my TV. So
classic.
yeah, 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 probably one of, if not the best variety shows to date, because just about everybody was on there. So
Wow.
yeah, because when you watch that show, you were watching Hollywood. I mean, all of your,
Truly.
all of
What
your.
a cast. Wow.
Um. So anyway, I don't want to sound like I don't have anything to discuss here, but um, you know, there's so many different money saving tips out there that people can definitely put into. Another method that's I haven't done it in a long time, even though I used to do it. Maybe I should go back to it. Coupons in the store. Um,
True.
let's say you go to the store and you've got coupons, and let's say you save $13.
That's significant.
Think about this. If you put your 20 away and you save 13 in coupons, that's 33. You may not see the 13 in your hand, but it is
Right.
it is coming off the total that you have to pay at the register.
Absolutely.
So one hand definitely washes the other when it comes to that. So
Right. And my show on Monday, God willing, my show on Monday is going to be about how to save money on meat. Because meat happens to be one of the priciest things on your grocery haul.
it
And
is.
how can we, right, how can we get around that? I mean, there are ways to get around it, but we just have to know what they are and be willing to try it. And it all adds up. Every little thing adds up at the end of the month. It really, really does. Especially like when you have the beginning of the month being the fat cat time of the month. And actually, right now, here we are, it's the 20th of the month. Many people are experiencing, as I call it, the skinny chicken time of the month,
Mm-hmm.
where everything's good and, hunky dory the first couple of weeks. that all of a sudden, because of poor planning or things that come up out of nowhere, emergency situations that no one asked for, then all of a sudden people are left in a lurch. And that's really bad, because I personally believe that food in the freezer is money in the bank. I can't say that often enough. See, here's the thing, Steve. We always know that every month has at the very least 28 days. So if we plan for groceries on a 28-day mentality in the beginning of the month, you are guaranteed meals for 28 days. And of course, we assume that there are going to be leftovers, and that will compensate for the 3 days of any other given month. This month happens to be 28 days.
Right. Right. Well, I might have mentioned this before. You said Monday you're doing the meat is your topic.
Yeah.
One of the things that I do put into perspective when I go to buy meat at the grocery store, I do and I don't always look at the price of the meat per pound. But what I do look at more or less is the quantity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for example, my two top favorite cuts of meat, of steaks or beef, is always going to be the ribeye and the tenderloin. Now, tenderloin, of course, we know is going to be the more expensive priced meat. But if you think about the patty or the steak is about yay big, usually,
right,
and it's about 2.5 inches thick. But you look at it, oh my gosh, but this is $16 a pound meat. This is over $30. Oh my God, what am I going to do? This is a lot of money. I can't. Here's what people don't realize. That one piece of meat, that thick, slightly frozen, think about how many fillets of steak you can get out of that. What, 3?
Exactly.
You have a 3-pack, that's 3, 6, 9 steaks, 9 into 32. That's about $3 and something cents per steak patty. People and what you're doing is you're spreading your meat out.
And not only that, it's good quality. It's not like the lower end. I mean, for once in a while, you want, the good stuff, if not for anything, it just makes you feel better. If this is something you indulge in, anybody that loves that, what we're saying here, and that's a wonderful point, Steve, that people can indulge if they spread the wealth out better. And this is all, part of, stuff that we could talk about anytime. I think that's really great. And, you could do the same method with other cuts and even with poultry as well.
You can. Yeah, chicken breast. Now, sometimes, depending, my dad, who used to cut the steak, I mean, I know how to do it, but sometimes he would get 12 steaks. He would do 4 per.
Wow.
And if you make it a little bit thin enough, you can put it on, you can create your own steak sandwiches, which is really good too.
Yum.
That cut of meat, a little bit of mayo or Miracle Whip, a little bit of mustard.
Exactly.
And what you want in between. And
it makes a great share to do it that way. That's a great idea. I love it.
Yeah. So that's one of my tips that I do when it comes to buying meats. See if you can expand on what you have. If you have.
That's right.
Cut it down.
That's right. And first of all, they say that the average person, as far as meat goes, should be about the size of the meat should be about the palm of their hand.
Correct.
Okay. Now you're looking at a distorted image. When you look at our hands on camera, my hands are not that big. Okay. Right.
Mine. Yeah, mine's
Steve, do that again. This was funny. Do that again. I could just see that as a thumbnail. But this is supposedly, the palm of our hand should be the appropriate amount. Yet I have seen people without hesitation double that in their eating habit. And I ask myself, really? But that's my opinion. Everybody's different. You could do other things to work with that. And it really can be expensive.
It can.
And if there's ever an interruption in the food chain for any reason, snow
Yeah.
or unforeseen weather, whatever, then it could be an issue.
Another example, like I said, another cut of meat I like is a ribeye.
Excuse me.
Now, if you get a boneless ribeye,
Yeah.
say you have one that's yay thick.
Yes.
I was never a fan of a thick steak. I never cared for a thick. Why? Burn on top, burn on the bottom, raw in the middle.
Correct. I agree.
So that you can make 3 steaks out of it.
Mm-hmm. But
So-
there's a trick. The trick is, like you said, semi-defrosted or
Mhm.
halfway thawed. Works really well.
Yeah. So if you go to the store and you buy 2 steaks that thick, guess what? You have 6 now.
Absolutely.
It always pays to stretch your dollar. Another good one is if you can, as much as I love steam fresh and steamable in the microwave,
Yeah.
5-6 minutes, poof, you have
You're right.
vegetable. The only downside is you may only get 8 or 9 ounces, maybe 10 in a bag. Whereas if you go the old route, you get 14, maybe 16 ounces of mixed vegetables or peas or whatever. It's not so hard to open the bag, dump it in a bowl, add a little bit of water, and heat it up. And
Right.
you're still going to accomplish the same thing. The other way, you're actually getting more bang for your buck because you're getting 4, maybe 5 ounces more than if you do buy the one that's, the steam fresh or the steamable in the bag.
Exactly. And if you have a bag of frozen mixed vegetables, I can't emphasize this enough. That is by far one of the grocery store's biggest well-kept secret. Buy one of those bags. Use them as you go along. Throw them in your slow cooker. Stews, soups,
Uh-huh.
stir fries. It stretches whatever you have a lot.
Oh, I've used it in stir fry.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Do you have any leftover rotisserie chicken or some type of poultry? I've done ground turkey,
Yeah.
stir fry. Then you have your
Make your own lo mein.
lo mein. Mm-hmm. And you don't always have to have rice noodles if you got a box of vermicelli
True.
or thin spaghetti. There's your answer.
Absolutely.
So
there are ways to get around it.
Sure, 6-8 minutes, 10 at the most. Boom, you got your. So yeah, I mean, there's way. I mean, like again, there's ways and there's ways. You just have to use your imagination and be creative.
That's right. And plan. I mean, what does it really take? People think that plans have to be so difficult or challenging or complicated. Plan, excuse me, but keep the plan simple. Use the KISS approach. Keep it simple, sweetie.
Mhm.
Use the KISS approach when you're planning a grocery haul. Plan though, but do plan. Do things with good intention. And you'll be amazed at the final outcome. Don't just throw it up to chance and hope and pray that when you get to the checkout counter that you have a great price. Maybe a 50% chance, maybe not. Whereas if you plan well ahead, you have a 100% chance of getting the outcome that you want.
You do. Yes, that's right. That's right. You just have to think it through a little bit. Well, let me see. I've got 2 comments by the same person. I just want to say good afternoon, Paul Claus 57. I'm not sure who you are. but I do thank you for tuning in. If you're a new subscriber, I certainly appreciate it. Um, she just says, hello to you both from mountains of North Carolina. I must tell
Hi.
you, I have to tell you, my dad and I, we were going down Interstate 81 and a little bit of Interstate 40, Interstate 26 over in that area. And let me tell you, that side of North Carolina is absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
It's a beautiful, breathtaking in the Blue Ridge Mountains. If you've never seen it and you ever want
Nice.
to, I urge everybody to see that. And her other question is, even if I feel like I overbuy, I try to stock up when meat is on sale. That's very smart. Always watch for the deal.
Bravo.
It's a
That's right.
it's a relief when you have it on hand and don't have to buy anything for dinner. Oh, it absolutely does. I mean, if you have it on hand and you can just go and, lift, if you have a small freezer, oh, I've got my sirloin or my beef patties or rib
Exactly.
or porterhouse, whatever you're going to do for that.
Yes.
It instead of having to put your shoes on and got to rush out to the supermarket.
Right.
I
See,
mean,
that's wise intentional shopping. Again, a kind commenter did that with intention,
right.
not happenstance and just mishmash at all crazy prices, and who knows how much the person could lose, with money. So that was wonderful. Great idea.
Yeah, I have to go along with that. There's a store that I have locally, and it's a store. Um, it's a mom and pop place, and they've been around Jacksonville for quite some time. And you can actually go in, and they have different deals. You can buy a certain amount of steak, a certain amount of chicken. You get pork, or you can do all pork. You can do a chicken deal, and
Oh,
you get all these different cuts of different meats, and you pay a set price.
takes the guesswork out of everything.
Pretty much. And it's
Good.
all you have to do is look at, there's about 6 or 8 different choices they give you to pick from. And that'll work really good, like for people that have a family of 4.
Oh, absolutely.
You have and like what, Paul Claus 57, that made me think of that, by when meat is on sale. And usually when you buy the whole family pack, the different deals, you do get a little bit of a discount because you're buying more of it.
Right.
So they give you a cut.
And
But-
even a person by themselves, they don't have to not ignore that. If there's a manager special or something in a family pack, you get it, you bring it home, but make sure you divide it.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah, you just don't want to take it. Oh, I got my chicken, boom, fridge or freezer. Oh, I got my pork, freezer. No, you want to divide it up, wrap it individual,
Yeah.
put it away. That's what I always did. And
Yeah.
because there are certain cuts of pork that I do like.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing of it is, sometimes I would much rather eat a piece of pork, a pork chop, over a steak.
Sure.
Most people don't see this. Pork actually has less total fat grams in it than steak does. Look
Isn't
it
that
up.
shocking?
Yeah, look it up. You would think pork is the fattier meat. It's the other way around.
True.
If you think about a nice boneless ribeye steak, you're looking at about 26, 27 grams of fat.
Wow.
Versus a pork
That's a lot.
It is. Versus a pork chop, you might 5 or 6.
And it's very flavorful. Pork
Right.
is very flavorful. Yeah.
Right. What I had earlier today, I had a slightly late lunch because I had a late breakfast, is I had some pork fried rice. You want to talk about very flavorful
Yeah.
So I had that, and then later on I might just do, because I had some leftover Chinese food. Ah, if I may, if you eat out, find a good Chinese restaurant. When you order a Chinese restaurant meal to go, it usually comes in one of those styrofoam containers. Think about how many times you can eat off of that amount that they give you. So,
True.
so if you pay $8 for whatever Mugu Gai Pan, pepper steak, or chop suey or whatever it is that you like, or lo mein, or okay, if you pay $8, if you can eat off of it 3 times,
There
uh,
you go.
what is that, like 260, 270 per serving?
That's like comparable to what you mentioned earlier in the show about getting the expensive steak, but making it work multiple times.
That's exactly right. So if you can go somewhere Chinese, there might be a few other restaurants
Right.
that you might be able to go to. If you get enough, or even if you go and eat at a restaurant and you get a doggy bag to take some home, that's 2 meals. One there,
Steve, you're right.
one at home.
I love it.
So anyway, I mean, I just thought I would come on. You and I, we chatted earlier, and I just thought I would come on this, prior to evening, Saturday, late afternoon, and play with the numbers and see what kind of audience reaction I would get.
I
And
just want to mention one more thing, Steve,
all right,
regarding Chinese food
yeah,
before we go. That this is something, of course, that you can duplicate yourself if you like to make your own fried rice, if you have all the ingredients, and just play around with it. Not be afraid. Try different recipes. You'd be amazed because most of the major components of certain meals are very easily and readily available at home already.
oh, they are. I mean, who doesn't have carrots on hand? Maybe a little lettuce. Who doesn't have eggs? Um, one thing I do like in my fried rice, I do like bean sprouts in it.
Yum.
Yeah, and then you just, everybody has rice. My preference is jasmine rice, but everybody's different.
Sure.
And fried rice is not really that difficult. I mean, it's a little bit time consuming, but it also depends on how much you put in it.
Exactly.
I mean, my dad, God rest your soul, Dad, he would make a fried rice that was out of this world. What he would do,
Yum.
and then we'll wrap this up,
Yes.
is he would saute each thing that he's going to put in it. Carrot, he'd saute a little bit.
Right.
Egg, okay. Lettuce, yeah, whatever he's going to put in it. And then he would take the rice and all the fixins, dump it in there together, and fry it, and
Wow.
put soy sauce in, and stir it in.
Yum.
And it took him a good hour or a little better to make his fry. Oh,
but so worth it, right?
it is. And again, that right there is not an expensive meal to prepare either.
There you go.
The fixins, yeah. So anyway, Janet, I just want to say thank you for.
Oh, thanks for having me. So nice to be here.
And again, if you have not subscribed or have gone over to Janet's channel, her channel is Jan from New York City Saves Money.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I definitely encourage you to go over there and look, check out some of her lives and videos that she's done. And from what I understand, you have one coming up soon. Was it Monday, I believe?
Oh, on Monday, we're going to talk about at 6:15 a.m. the live, but you could always catch it on replay. We're going to talk about money-saving ways at the grocery store when it comes to purchasing meat.
Okay. All right. Speaking of like, well, I, threw in my 2 cents.
No,
Okay.
I loved your 2 cents. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
you're welcome. So I will definitely be an onlooker, and I will be,
Great.
and I'll tune in on Monday, and I look forward to that. And again, to all the people that are here or were here, it's from what it's showing. If you like what you see and you like my channel, I definitely appreciate you subscribing. I've had a little mishap about 2 weeks ago, but once I had a small accident, but once I straighten myself out and get to where I'm a little more functional like I was, I do plan on uploading an extra day per week.
Okay.
So I was thinking about uploading like Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays,
That's great.
and then that would give me my three.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. I thank you. It's been fun.
Thank
And
you.
you're welcome. And I will see all of you next time.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.